Hello everyone, welcome back. First of all, I want to truly acknowledge and have a heartfelt gratitude to all my subscribers. Most of the subscribers are students and a lot of you have attended my webinars. So thank you so much for subscribing and giving me the encouragement that yes, I'm right and making my mission and initiative to help the hotel management students and the students of MBA and any students who wish to become a professional through the experience and through the eye of myself. So let me quickly tell you about the series of the videos that are going to be coming and uploading in the next few days. You're going to be seeing a lot of stuff that is going to be happening, and primarily I'm going to be starting with some good tips of interviews that are followed especially by the hoteliers, professionals and the HR manager. I've been working with the hotels for last 15 years now, and having worked in human resources for more than 11 years with the hotels, I think it's a great opportunity for me and feels good to share my experience with all of you. Okay, so here goes my first tip is building a heavy and a good interview checklist. Now you must be wondering what is an interview checklist, right? So let me explain you something like this. So this happens with me a lot, whenever I go outside to buy vegetables especially, I actually write it down in a notepad or maybe scribble it on the phone notepad, asking my mother that what are the vegetables that I need. When I have them written over there, it is so easy for me to just go and check the list and keep taking the vegetables. It saves so much of time. It's a similar fact with the interviews as well, ladies and gentlemen. It is so important for all of you to make sure that you keep your checklist ready. Now, what are the components of the checklist of an interview and why is it important? Now, the reason it is important is, and I always tell this to most of the students I coach, that when you have a checklist ready or when you have a clarity in terms of what you're going to say in an interview, it makes a lot of difference because you are reflected as someone who's focused and someone who's creative, and most importantly, you're prepared. So there are three main components that I'm going to be mentioning today on the checklist of the interview, which will help you to build you a little bit more robust and which will help you to come up more confident. Let's go with the checklist now. Number 1 is your resume. Keep your resume ready. Ensure that you have all essential parts in the resume filled up, and whatever you fill is proofread, and also whatever you write, you have all the examples, relevant examples ready to the situations that you have written there. For example, if you say, I'm a hardworking person, or for example, you say, I'm someone who's a quick learner, I'm agile. So the next question that the interviewer will definitely ask is, could you give me an instant where you can tell me that you're an agile worker or you're a quick learner? So that ways, you're going to have a clarity in your mind that these are the points that I've written, and in case the question is asked to you, you're all set to answer. Number 2, handling classic questions. Now, classic and traditional questions are the one which are the most common questions, and they are the questions which will be asked. There are two main questions which are definitely asked. 1, introduce yourself. Number 2, talk about your professional background. So the reason the introductions are asked is to mainly know your family background and your communication skills. The key to it is write down, make sure that you have relevance in terms of the job that you're applying for, and number 3, that there is a parity in the statement and they're grammatically correct. Number 2, practice, practice, practice at a good pitch. Stand in front of the mirror and practice your introduction so that you make a lot of sense. The second classic question that is always asked by the interviewer is talk about your professional background. That's the opportunity for you to tell them that what are the professional things that you've done. For example, your industrial training or your vocational training, or maybe you would have gone for some professional certification on the job, off the job. Talk about it, because this is one question which will reflect your skill sets to the interviewer. Number 3, handling indirect questions. Now, this is a very important part of your checklist. This is the kind of question where the interviewer would ask you, which talks about the relevance of how your job or profile would be reflected to the job that you're applying for. For example, if you're applying for a food and beverage service personnel, the interviewer may ask that how well can you handle the stress situations? Are you able to talk to guests who get angry very well? How do you handle them? So you need to make sure that you have listed down the relevant examples and the situations where you know that this is how I've handled the guest. Don't worry, if you've really not handled any guests, I'm sure you must have seen them during your industrial training. Why not talk about them? All my idea is that you need to make sure that whatever you talk is relevant and pertinent to the job that you're applying for. So ladies and gentlemen, the bottom line is that the prepared candidates stand out because they have a robust checklist which is already ready with them. Make a list of all the possible questions that you would think would be asked, be it generic or classic, or maybe the questions which are indirect. That will really help you to ensure that you keep yourself in check. Stay tuned for more updates on interviews, and next video would be on smart answers to all the important questions in the COVID 2020 for the hotel management students and the MBA students of other streams as well. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and do share, subscribe, like and press the bell icon if you think there is some value for you in this. Good luck.